Hey, DJ, it's time for another episode of The Men Who Watch Movies. What are we going to talk about today?
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Damn it, I haven't seen it yet. How about the Barbie movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
Shoot. I know. How about Oppenheimer?
I have not seen it yet, but I really want to see it.
Damn it, we haven't seen anything, and we're the Men Who Watch Movies. Screw it. Let's just talk about a bunch of random crap.
We're a couple of guys who like to watch movies, cinema nerds who made it our duty to make a show where we break down, discuss, and review. We're the Men Who Watch Movies.
All right. Let's get on with the show. So, like I was saying, what do you think the state of this whole movie industry is, man? And right now, everything's in ruins because of the strike and whatnot.
It's a load of,
bullpucky.
Yep.
I don't know. Nothing's quite excited me like it used to, according to, stuff coming out and the movies that we've been seeing. I don't know. I haven't got that. I haven't gotten that feeling in a long time. But man, this is a movie of a lifetime. I don't know. What's the last movie that you've experienced, where you just this is going to be the best movie in the world?
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Just the movie that you just saw.
Yeah.
Wow. So you do not have the same feeling that I do, where movies are just dead in general.
Well, not really. I like movies if they have a good plot line, if they're awesome in general, but, the thing is that, DC movies are kind of, just out of their, way because, something's going on, and, I guess, they're not going to do another Flash movie because of, what I was going to say.
Because it's shit.
Yeah.
But what's the last movie that you saw the trailer for that you're anticipating coming out that was it felt like the biggest movie in the world?
Oppenheimer.
Okay, so I guess you don't have like you said, you don't have the same feeling that I do, where it's everything's just not quite as exciting as it used to be movie wise.
Yeah.
I feel like the last big movie that I was anticipating, where I felt like it was a worldwide phenomenon, was Endgame. I feel like that, even obviously Marvel movies, people's poo poo on them and whatnot, but I feel like that was the last time I felt like this movie was gonna be a global phenomenon. Everyone was invested in what was going on. It was the last of the blockbusters and whatnot. Of course, you had stuff like Avatar, but that stuff's not my bag, so I didn't get that kind of excitement for it. But I don't know. Movies aren't as creative as they used to be.
Yeah, it's so different, With Oppenheimer, they're going to use, more realism instead of, CGI, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's one thing I am looking forward to Oppenheimer. Not to say that I'm not looking forward to any movie, but nothing has that big buzz like it used to and whatnot. But yeah, definitely Oppenheimer, kind of like you said, because it doesn't use so much CGI, it gives it a little more of appeal, a little bit of an old school Hollywood feel to it. Of course, Christopher Nolan likes using film. It's definitely not a superhero movie, which is good. So that gives us something a little different to look forward to. It's based off of obviously a real life guy and real life events in history. So that's something a little bit more, interesting. It's obviously it's not going to be a huge action-packed, crazy fight flick, or people shooting laser beams out of their eyes. So it gives us something a little more slow pace.
Oh yeah,
that we can enjoy and absorb and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that actually. Yeah, but it's like I said, it doesn't have the huge buzz. Definitely people are saying this is the movie of the century. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe when I watch it. Well, I definitely want to do a review of it.
Definitely. I really want to do a review about it.
Yeah, it literally just came out, so I want to hopefully see it this weekend along with Barbie to experience the true Barbenheimer phenomenon. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe this movie will reignite my passion for movies. I mean, I never lost a passion for movies, but sometimes I feel that movies nowadays aren't as good as they used to be. That's why I like talking about a lot of older movies. We talked about Willy Wonka. We talk about movies of the past, and it's because they used to be so inventive and creative. And I like old school movies because, especially ones with like not as much of a budget, because they had to fly by the seat of their pants and pull stuff out of thin air, essentially, to make the magic happen. And that's like really the most exciting part of movie making. At least, that's just my opinion, man. But sometimes it's fun to watch a movie that had to be so creative and inventive instead of having all the money in the world. I mean, look at this has been said to death, but like the Star Wars prequels. What do you think about those?
Those are really, really different, and the more I get a little confused about it, it's like, when are they going to stop doing it? Because, it's really, really, kind of, over for it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get you. But,
because people are sort of tired of it. I mean, the original
like the new stuff coming
trilogies
out?
are awesome, but the new trilogy, I don't know.
Yeah, so you're talking about the new stuff coming out. Yeah, they're beating it to death like they are the superhero franchise. But what I was talking about with the prequel trilogy is that, it's proof of concept that sometimes more money doesn't mean a better movie. Look at what they had to deal with the original trilogy, and they had to do a lot of like maneuvering around their financial limitations. Obviously, it's as the sequels came about, like you have Empire and Return of the Jedi, they had more money to play with. But even then, they had to kind of really use the money to the best of their ability to get the picture made. But especially that first Star Wars movie, I mean, they had they had to use their budget wisely, and they had to repurpose a lot of things to make the alien costumes, and it was just a lot of magic happening, and they had to invent technologies to get the look that they were going for. But then by the time the prequels rolled around, they had CGI and all this new technology to play with, and all this huge budget to play with, and George Lucas could put whatever he wanted in the movie, and it would suffered for it. It definitely wasn't as good of a trilogy for it. So sometimes having budgetary limitations make you more creative. That's all I'm trying to say. Would you agree?
Yep.
And sometimes some of the more underdog a movie is, the better it comes out. Not always. There are some shit movies that are very low budget, as we see. I don't know if you ever watched the Red Letter Media guys on YouTube, but
I do. They're funny guys.
That's their shtick. They watch a lot of shitty low budget movies. So not to say that a low budget movie is automatically good. So that's just wrong right off the bat. Let's get that out there. But I do believe that sometimes when you're forced to be creative, you're better for it. What are there any other movies that are coming out that you're looking forward to?
Oh, I don't know, man. There's I have no idea, but there should be a lot of movies that are gonna come out. But
have you seen any trailers and whatnot? I know we just watched the Wonka trailer, which is why we decided to review Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. What do you think about that new Wonka movie?
I might see it.
Yeah, I don't want to see it in theaters. I can tell you that right off the bat. I'd watch it on streaming maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if that Timothée Chalamet was the right fit for it. It's like they're trying to pull inspiration from the Gene Wilder version, but I don't know. He's not the right guy to be the Gene Wilder version. They use a lot of his shtick, like saying a thing backwards, and then then he ends up saying like, "Oh, strike that, reverse it." And they pulled that from there. A lot of some of the aesthetic, like the look of the Oompa Loompas. I don't know what's the deal with what's his name being an Oompa Loompa. Who was that actor? I'm having a brain fart right now. Who was the actor that played the Oompa Loompa in the trailer?
Oh, I don't know.
What's his name? He's Mickey Blue Eyes.
Frank Sinatra, Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. There you
Hugh
go.
Grant, Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, not Frank Sinatra. He's dead. He's long dead. I don't know. I doubt they would pull up his bones to play an Oompa Loompa. Or I mean, I guess they could do.
They could CGI
They
him.
could do CGI. That's true. But no, Frank Sinatra is not the Oompa Loompa. They got Hugh Grant to play an Oompa Loompa, and I don't know. They made him about like this big, maybe about the size of like a shoe, and I don't know why they got him to play. I mean, they should have got a little person, but I don't know. I digress. Not to get too off topic. I don't know, but overall, that movie just kind of looks blah. You can't capture the magic of Gene Wilder. Don't fucking try it. Don't try it. I don't know what else. What else is there that's coming out? I honestly can't think of anything.
I don't know.
Blue
Actually,
Beetle.
There's like the Blue Beetle. I saw
That's
the
gonna be
trailer
another-
for it, and it looks.
I mean,
Fantastic.
I'm rooting for the actor. I like him in Cobra Kai, but man, that movie, it also looks like another piece of shit. Another DC movie. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too negative, but I want something that's exciting and fresh, man. There was one movie, I can't remember the name of it, but it looked hilarious. It's like an indie comedy. And it reminded me of like a Napoleon Dynamite kind of energy, where it's a bunch of people at like some kind of theater camp or some shit. I don't know if have you seen the trailer for that?
I don't think I have.
I don't know, but I thought it looked hilarious. I want something like that, something that's like fresh and whatnot. What are some other movies that? Well, you said you saw Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, right?
Yep.
What was your opinion on that?
Oh, it's awesome. The action is terrific. Tom Cruise is, awesome in that movie, and the other actors are awesome, and the pace is awesome. They filmed it in different countries, and of course, this is a two-parter movie, so they have part one, and they're going to do part two. But yeah, I checked the internet, and it turns out that they're gonna make more Mission Impossible movies if they can. I mean, I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I mean they're
hope
gonna
they
do. Well, I mean, obviously they have Dead Reckoning Part 2, which was stupid. They shouldn't have broken up it into two parts. I thought they were doing that because this was like the final Mission Impossible movie, and then they were gonna do like kind of like the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, or how they did Twilight. What are the last one? Part 1 and Part 2. But apparently Tom Cruise, he got the Harrison Ford energy now, and he's gonna do like 1 billion of them until he's like 80 years old and he can't freaking walk anymore. He's gonna be doing stunts in his wheelchair or some shit. I don't know. He should just stop while he's ahead instead of trying to force this crap. But I don't know. He's insane. Well, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. We're gonna see him like parachuting out, from his freaking deathbed or some shit.
I saw the movie, of course, and when I saw it, he's like doing stunts from like a high mountain or whatnot. He's like gonna
Oh yeah, that's
parachute on a train. It's like,
a parachute on a train.
yeah, it's so dangerous yet very, very unique. But it's like Tom Cruise should get a stunt double, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we all know he loves doing his own stunts. I mean, it does make a interesting movie for it. I mean, exciting and whatnot, but I don't know. I can't see him doing it till he's 80. That's just too
He
much.
does need a stunt double for sure.
I mean, I'm sure he does once in a while, but I mean, for the most part, he loves pushing it to the edge. Like apparently, he did that cliff jump like 6 times or some shit, and each time they're like, "Did he die? What? Did he survive? What's going on?" He's fucking nuts. Theater Camp is the movie that I'm talking about. This is the one I want to see. Apparently, it's out right now, but it's about an eccentric staff at an upstate New York theater camp who must band together when their beloved founder falls into a coma. And it looks very like indie, it looks like it's shot by like a almost, I don't know if it's on film or whatnot, but at least they make it look like it's shot on film. Looks like it's like handheld almost, and it's very like I said, almost Napoleon Dynamite vibes, like very like just like a director had a vision and did it and whatnot. That's something I'm interested in is the next Tarantino movie. I mean, it's stuff like that. Like I feel like I like directors who have a vision, I think that's why, like, in terms of like bigger budget stuff, I think that's why like say like the Guardians movies, they hold up as opposed to like a lot of the other newer Marvel movies and whatnot. Because it's, even though like some people don't like Gunn and whatnot, they claim he's this or this, that, or the other. I mean, he is a director with a vision. He's a writer director, and he puts out what he wants to put out. I think he's one of the only ones that circumvent that whole the studio system. What were we going to say?
Quentin Tarantino makes the best movies, and of course we don't know what his last film, what he'll make, but thumbs up for Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I mean, he's very consistent. He knows what he wants. He knows what makes a good movie, and I think that's what makes his movie so exciting. I mean, like each of his movies is like, it's very different. I mean, the only ones I thought that the only one I didn't really like was The Hateful Eight. But I think that's because he faced a lot of issues with someone leaking his script, and he had to change things. I don't know. What is your? Would you agree? Like, did you like The Hateful Eight?
Sort of. I mean, like I saw little bits and pieces of it, and I liked some of it. I didn't know where it was going, but I knew it had this plot and stuff like that. But my favorite movies are Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs and True Romance.
Those are great. I hadn't seen what's the one? What's the second one that he did with Pam Grier? I can't think right now.
Oh, Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown. I hadn't seen that until recently. That's a damn good movie. I don't know. It's like a very underrated movie of his. Of course, the Kill Bill movies are great, but I do love Pulp Fiction, and but yeah, I can't wait for his next movie. Like I said, yeah, I do agree with you. Hateful Eight, not his best. And it's very weird to do another like westerny type movie right after he just did Django. A little bit gratuitous, but it's still a solid movie compared to what's out there and whatnot. So I think Tarantino is one of those ones that always hits the nail on the head for me.
But the real question is, what will his next movie be?
Well, I mean, as we know, it's called like The Movie Critic or some shit like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I trust him, and he knows what he's doing. And then, of course, he's after this, he's done. I mean, he might produce or something like that, but he's not going to direct any more movies.
But, he's still going to be rolling in the Mucho De Niro, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's not worried about that. He just he knows what he wants creatively, and he knows that he's always said that after a certain amount of movies, he's going to be done, and that's it. That's why he always labels his movies like, oh, this is the fourth movie by Quentin Tarantino, because it's like he knows there's a finite amount of movies inside of him, and he doesn't want to force any more than he has to, which is great. I mean, that's very commendable. Like he's a man of the craft, so he knows what he wants and he knows his limitations. And I hope he enjoys retirement, man. But yeah, there's not really too much that I'm looking out for. What do we got? Kraven the Hunter. That's gonna be a bunch of dog shit.
Well, yeah, because I saw the trailer and the trailer looked a little violent, and
I mean, I don't mind if a movie's violent, but is it good? That's all I care about,
Well, the thing is that
fucking RoboCop is violent.
They were pushing the R ratings for Sony was pushing the R ratings for the Marvel Kraven the Hunter.
They can push it all they want, but is it going to be a good movie? That's all I care about, man. Like I was saying, RoboCop's a fucking violent movie. You got people getting blown to bits, but that shit was good. It had some good satire, good action. Kraven looks like a bunch of horse balls. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with some creative curse words here. I'm not trying to use the same one, but man, I don't know. Forget it. Not to get too off topic here. What do we got? Like I said, the Aquaman sequel. Oh my god, just trash it. Then we got a bunch of like Marvel shit coming up. Yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong, I love Marvel, but at this point, it's more like I'm sticking with it like an old friend. I think the Infinity Saga was like the top tier Marvel right there. Of course, the Marvels just dropped a new trailer. I don't know if you've seen the new trailer they dropped of the Marvels.
I saw it.
Yeah, I'll check. I want to check it out. Just like I said, at this point, like I've been following along with everything they're doing, so it's just like see where they take these characters and whatnot. So I did like Miss Marvel, the TV show. So we'll see what's with that. But Beetlejuice 2. Are you interested in Beetlejuice 2?
Yeah.
More juice.
If they're
sorry.
Who's gonna be in there? Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton again. They're just rehashing nostalgia to try and make money. They're desperately trying to grasp at things. Like I mean, none of this is going to go forward at the current state of the writers and actors strike. But I mean, they've been filming Beetlejuice too. We've seen where it's like they recreated the set, and Winona Ryder is still dressed like a freaking goth girl, even though they should have dressed her like normal, like she grew out of her goth phase and stuff like that. But they're trying to make her look like she did in the first movie, and they got what's the actress who played Wednesday in the Netflix show? Jenna Ortega. She's going to be the daughter, the gothic daughter of the gothic character from the first movie. I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. I'm not excited about it too much, if I'm being realistic. But I don't know. They're just trying to draw up nostalgia for mucho dinero, as you like to say. Like I said, Blue Beetle. Apparently, they're making a sequel to Meg. The Meg.
I remember seeing it in theaters, actually. It was very, very, very Jaws-like movie. Very, very different, very, very action, very high octane. But it's very, very different. But I wonder what the second one's going to be about.
I mean, it's another giant-ass shark. I don't know. It's not much. There's not much to it. It's not cerebral at all, And, of course, they're doing that Joker movie with that could be kind of interesting. I don't know. The first Joker movie was kind of good, and it's going to be a musical, like we've talked about. I don't know. That could be potentially interesting, and we'll see. Apparently, Lady Gaga was on set, and then she would only respond to being called I forget. I don't know. She would only responded to like being called like a certain name, like Allie or something, or I don't know. It was weird. I don't know, some shit, some like method bullshit. What do you think about method acting?
It's very, very good. You know
what method acting is, right?
Yeah, people method act and stuff like that, and they're very good at it. Just like Vincent D'Onofrio.
You just use the word in the description, but what you know what method acting is, right? So it's like then they take a role and then they immerse themselves in it, kind of like Daniel Day-Lewis, where they basically pretend to be the character. They assume their mental state, and they like to be called that character. They do things that the character would do. So like, I know, like Joaquin Phoenix on the set of the Joker, or no, not Joaquin Phoenix. It was, what's his face, the stupid Morbius dude.
Oh yeah, Jared Leto.
When he was the Joker on like the Suicide Squad movie, he would like act all crazy on set, and then he would like play pranks on his cast members to get in the mindset of the Joker. I don't mind method acting when it doesn't harm anybody, but when you're a big asshole on set, like f- that noise, right? Mm-hmm. Like I was watching the documentary. I had watched it years ago, but I rewatched it like yesterday. It's that documentary with Jim and Andy. Have you seen that?
I have not seen it.
Watch it on Netflix. It's where Jim Carrey plays Andy Kaufman, and it's like the movie was called Man on the Moon, and he the whole time he was playing Andy Kaufman, he essentially assumed like Andy Kaufman's like mental states, and he I don't know, he claimed that like Andy Kaufman inhabited him in a way and like influenced his behaviors, and like he became Andy Kaufman, and he was acting like a big asshole on set the whole time, playing pranks on people and being unbearable the whole fucking time. And it just seems insane to me that anyone put up with him. If I was the director, I would have fired his ass for how he was behaving on set. But check it out. It's an interesting like a study on the mental state of an actor who immerses themselves into this kind of behavior and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't like that bullshit. I wouldn't put up with that. Like, just act. You don't have to be the person,
Yeah, in this day and age, everything's all different and whatnot. But we're excited for these movies. Just so make something fresh. Make something different.
Exactly.
Maybe take it easy on the CGI.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I don't mind CGI when it's done right, and if it's like, at the end of the day, it's all about story. It's all about, is this movie interesting, and am I invested in what's going on screen? And a lot of studios are failing at that. They're more about content and what can we put out, and how can we nostalgia, and how can we market the. I mean, don't get me wrong. Movies are always about money. Movies are always about marketing, but do it in a way that's interesting. Makes it worth my hard-earned money. And lately, it's less and less movies are worth my hard-earned money. And since the stuff sounds interesting and it's a good soundbite and it gets, it gets me interested to a point, and then it turns out that movie was just totally garbage. And it's more and more increasing, and especially in a world where it's like there's so much content, it's just like to overload. I don't know. I'm just looking for some movies that are interesting, like the movies of yore. Not to say they aren't out there; they're just kind of getting lost in the noise. So we should look for more of those movies that are lost in the noise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. We'll definitely, hopefully. I don't want to be a downer or anything. I'm not trying to be a downer on this episode, but hopefully, the Hollywood gets their shit together. They start paying their actors right.
Yep.
They downsize a little bit. They stop putting out so much garbage. They think maybe they use their brains to think about what they're putting out. And no more reality TV. I know that's not going to happen because it makes so much money, but that's a bad thing about these strikes is that reality TV emerges from the shadows even more so because it's so cheap to produce. They don't have to write anything, and they don't have to have actors. They just get real people acting like garbage people. I don't know.
Like Jersey Shore, for example.
God, no. There's also way more besides that, but I don't want to. Not to get too off topic here. I don't want to vomit and clean it up with comment. Earth to my planet. 1,000,000 points to anyone that gets that reference. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
What?
Reality shows and so
on.
on.
No. I just quoted a movie. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Shrink, blinkety blink. Try to make me think. I want to go to my sink and vomit.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
See, that's the kind of Hollywood I want. No, I'm just joking. See, now that's a guilty pleasure movie. We should do another episode. We
did one. We should do a movie review of Malibu's Most Wanted.
See, now it's also. I mean, not to say like I'm all like, I'm all about like classy movies and we should make better movies. Yeah, I like garbage like Malibu's Most Wanted also. But see, that's the thing about that movie. It was an original idea from a comedian, and whether you have opinions on him or not. But he can be funny. That movie did good, and I think like I said, it's.
I was a super fan,
even if it's not the greatest
that movie
movie
back in the days.
Yeah, man. Even if it's not the greatest movie, at least it was original, right? I have a heart for that movie, so I don't know if anyone else likes that movie. Write in the comments what your opinions on Malibu's Most Wanted are. I want to read that shit. But anyway, I think we should bring this episode to a wrap.
Yep.
I thought it was a fun little episode. Just talk about the state of this industry, and I got to get to work. So.
Yep.
Because this shit ain't paying the bills. But it's been fun just talking with you. Yeah, maybe. But it's been fun just talking with you about the state of this industry and stuff going on and stuff coming out. What do we think about it and all that stuff?
And we will keep doing this, and we will bring you new content. So
yes,
keep on watching.
Well, I'm not wrapping it up quite yet, but I definitely want to see Barbenheimer. So let's try and both see those movies this weekend. We can talk about it. We'll have some fun with that. And maybe we'll review that in the next episode. Who knows? But like I said, it's been fun. My name is Alec,
and my name's DJ the Movie Man Wagner, also known as the COE of the Men Who Watch Movies.
And we hope to see you next week. Like I said, we have some more great content for you, and we hope that you keep on watching.
I hope this goes viral.
Maybe not. Probably not.